20 years ago, a high school diploma in hard work meant a ticket out of the ghetto. Today, that's next to impossible. They are unable to keep up in a world that is rapidly changing, one requiring high levels of education and highly skilled workers. And because they've been unable to adapt, it's getting even more difficult to get out of the ghetto. The world is passing many of them by. Their numbers tripled in the 1970s alone. At last count, there were 2.5 million people nationwide. Using 1980 census data, the Urban Institute measured the underclass. They looked for neighborhoods with an overpopulation of welfare dependents, high school dropouts, female-headed households, and jobless males. They found 880 underclass neighborhoods nationwide, 22 in Los Angeles alone. Among them, Watts. Despite the riots 25 years ago, it is still economically depressed. But it's home for 24-year-old Tanya Fortson. A high school dropout and single mother of 3, Tanya's a third-generation welfare recipient. She lives in Nickerson Gardens, the largest housing project in Los Angeles, where she sees the despair daily.
They feel, why should I have to work? I have a girlfriend now who's working, and she only makes, she works 7 days a week, and she only makes like $630 a month. Okay, and I make more than her just sitting on my behind waiting on the mailman.
Tanya, and many like her, have fallen into a trap, victims of a program originally designed as a safety net.
They've fallen into a trap. Press 1. They fell into a trap. Sound familiar? In the biggest project? Okay then. This is what I'm bringing y'all. Listen, when I come on here, y'all hurry up and get in. They fell into the trap. So now you're getting a bigger picture of the game. Epcot, Universe 25, the rat trap, and what comes from that. The project. You feel me? This is important because it's the experience of the young black male in these communities that were birthed by these same mothers who say they'd rather just sit there and they make more money just sitting there right there. Okay? So y'all got to understand that this program worked. They numbers quadrupled, just like Universe 25. Just like Universe, the dependency. If you going over there to that welfare department, is the trap. Because it fucked up your census too. What was the thing that it named? Women control household, jobless men. Let's go back. Watch this.
Have fallen into a trap, victims of a program originally designed as a safety net. But the net is slowly pulling them under. Faced with little more than the prospect of low-wage jobs, most stay on welfare. And low-wage, dead-end jobs mean the young men of the underclass resort to an underground economy of selling drugs.
Boom. So the underclass resorts in selling drugs. You see that way back here? Look, the underclass. You see? Don't tell me ain't no underclass. Y'all don't look down. It's right there on the screen. The underclass. You don't act like y'all don't know what this stuff means. So listen, look at what it takes to make up the underclass. Okay? Listen, what up, Boxer Cali? What up, champion?
Overpopulation of welfare dependents.
Overpopulation of welfare dependency.
High school dropouts.
High school dropouts.
Female-headed households.
Female-headed households.
And jobless males.
And jobless males. Fast forward, and you'll see the process. Don't act like y'all ain't never been to the welfare office. They still look the same. They still full. That's what they should look like right there. Generations and generations of incompetence. Let's go.
Have fallen into a trap, victims of a program originally designed as a safety net. But the net is slowly pulling them under. Faced with little more than the prospect of low-wage jobs, most stay on welfare. And low-wage, dead-end jobs mean the young men of the underclass resort to an underground economy of selling drugs, seen as the only way out.
When people are poor, there's no question but that a larger percentage of those people are going to get involved in crime.
Told you. Mike Pence's little cousin, uncle said, if you live poor, you're more likely to commit more crime. So we know this. Damn, talk about a system, right? When we in the hood say systematic racism, that's what we're talking about. Statistically, this is going to happen. Now, you on the outside can say, black people make up all of the jails, so they're criminals. And these men, and they just make up and they just kill each other without understanding the truth of that statistic. Because the real truth is, America created this trap for them. Let's continue on.
And this lifestyle has severe consequences. Many young black men are being killed in gang warfare. Those who avoid getting shot end up in jail.
See? And guess what? You're going to jail. Everybody in Los Angeles know as a black male, you're going, bro. Let's go.
Today, 1 in 4 young black men are either in jail or under court supervision.
Oh my goodness, 1 in 4. Oh my goodness.
Many expect to go to jail, according to Leon Watkins, who runs a South Central LA crisis hotline.
I've heard some of the guys say it's not like if you go to jail, it's when you go to jail is what's out there on the street.
I told you. So when we laughing at Kev when I say this, I'm gonna show y'all how to when you go, because you're going. You feel me? That's where you're going, for sure, for sure. You know? It's because this trauma is embedded in us.
And that in and of itself is something different than what it used to be a few years ago.
Fred Owens and James Weaver
Facts.
may be the next generation of underclass.
Uh-oh.
Both are 16, and both have been in trouble for gang activity. With no father in the home, Fred wanted to help his mother financially, so he began making over $1,500 a week selling drugs.
I just kept a secret to myself, said, hey, I'm gonna come here and pay the bills, whatever she wants, I give it to her.
Many parents close their eyes to the crimes their sons commit, something ex-con Marshall Brown has seen time and time again.
Now listen, this is truth. This is from somebody's in jail. Huh, Marquise? Oh yeah, you going, for sure, for sure. Take this prepaid credit card, jail. You can put money on your books before you get there because you're going. That's facts, bro.
And then mama's gonna go along with it, because mama like the money. That's what is happening. It's happening all around here.
What? The mamas like the money, bro. Our mamas and sisters are infatuated with what comes with the shit. You hear me? That's why you will see a mama duck before what happened out there partying with them. And all that, she ain't the only one, but I'm saying that's why you will see this, bro. The infatuation with that, the glitz and glory of it. Us as good men now growing up, we used to damn, y'all black women sure know how to pick all the Pookies and Ray Rays and then find us when time is up. That's why Kevin Samuels was big to black men, because it was the big, I told y'all doing all this shit and y'all expect us to boom, 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 boom. That, of course, that caused a huge divide, especially on the damn computer. But I'm saying that's why that type of shit exists. Because, truth be told, in our communities, the mothers took part in it.
You got 15 years of 15.
Press one.
15-year-old taking care of his whole family, and provide transportation. You know, so what do you know? How are they losing? They feel they're surviving.
These men speak from experience. They're prisoners in a halfway house awaiting release.
Look.
To them, crime and drugs are both a matter of survival and a ticket to the American dream.
You can't give a man that's, say, for instance, I have 3 kids and a wife. You can't give him $3.30 minimum wage, $4.35. So it results back to dope, you know, where they can make money.
I was looking for that goal. You know, that's all I wanted, was that goal, a nice family, a nice home, and a car to get back and forth to work. In other words, I want to ride the boat like everybody else.
But along the way, people are being terrorized. Every week, this group meets to help residents cope. Some have lost sons in this urban battleground. Mrs. LaFleur's son was killed during an argument sparked by a minor car accident.
When the police came to the house, it was about 3 o'clock when they told me about it, and I couldn't believe it because it just was a real shock. I couldn't believe it. He's always in my mind, day and night. We were very close.
When sun go down, I stay home. Early in the morning, I stay home. And it's very dangerous in my neighborhood. Because you see little kids, little teenagers, 8, 9, 10 years old, pushing drugs. And I'm afraid to go out of my house at night.
Oh, you didn't put this in. And you didn't put this in.
Some parents have spirited their children out of the neighborhood altogether. That's the case with Beverly Williams and family. Now it's daughter Robin's turn, who today joins the military.
And there are a lot of young ladies watching. And if you'll go and show them that you can do it, they'll know it and they'll change too. Thank you.
Oh, Mommy.
You're real special. You're really special.
It'll make me cry.
Two of Beverly's other children are in the Job Corps in Northern California, and a stepson has left gang life altogether to live and work in South Pasadena. They're a model family that has avoided the trappings of an underclass. But there are less drastic solutions than getting kids out. One is a mandatory approach called GAIN, and it requires all welfare recipients, except those with children under 6, to get jobs. If you have no skills, you're trained. Childcare, health benefits, and transportation are also provided.
And then they made a hustle out of that. They said the more kids I have, the more they pay for childcare. So we'll just get our family member to watch the kids, and they'll just hook them up. We'll just get them $500, and we can get $3,000. So we'll get $3,000 for that. We'll get $3,000 on our taxing. It's just more loopholes, more repeated cycles of the end game is you never left the fucking starting position. Now you're stuck. Now it's like, ooh, you don't have babies, and they don't grew up thinking, oh, it's cool to do it like this. Here, this how you fraudulently fill out paperwork. And this is how you, and this is how you keep the extra, and then we extra make, and then we can pay our, and then it just creates a cesspool of lazy black men and independent, promiscuous, false, matriarch setup household, which creates the underclass. Are we there? I said, which creates not the middle class, not the lower class, not the upper class, the damn lower, damn underclass, bruh. I mean, you in the red coming off a graph sheet, in the underclass on the starting line, you in the negative to start the underclass, okay?
We're going to keep appointments, right? We're going to take control of our lives. Give yourselves a big round of applause.
A second approach is voluntary and emphasizes individual motivation and job.
And that's crazy to look back, because this is the lifestyle. You don't feel me? But it actually gave a great chart on the project. And was this project successful coming from Universe 25 theory? Of course. 100%. 100%. She said, Amanda said, more incentive to stay on welfare. Exactly. Exactly. And I just want y'all to know this was a project. This has happened. It's continuously happening, and it won't stop until you recognize the point of attack by a systematic racist, system. So y'all know I've been doing my research on MK Ultra, and I've been telling y'all these same people is the ones who put us in this mind control based program you think is so entertaining to watch on social media. Living it is something else. So I went back and just got off the internet, got me something to eat, got right back to work, and immediately fell into some information. I said, aha, this is very important. It's so important I had to come back online. Press 1, because I think I found it. See, I went into MK Ultra, MK Ultra, LSD 25, the Calhoun films. I'm in that realm. And these people started talking about MK Ultra and mind control and American mind control programs. And when they brought these Nazis over here, so it's confirmed these people were Nazis in these programs. These scientists, these people who put Hitler up to the shit, became Americanized CIA and all this other stuff. There was a scientist, Press 1, who took MK Ultra to another level. Press 1. He took MK Ultra to another level. And I got to say this because, fam, this guy is I believe, the architect of this Grand Truman Show. Press 1. I believe that I have found the mother lode, said. Press 1. I believe this. I was so excited to find this individual. I had to come back on a computer because y'all know me. You know, these mad scientists don't become politicians in times within times. They don't splice time up and put themselves in political situations, scientific situations. These niggas was this one over here, and 10 years after was that one over there. You feel me? I say, damn, Woodrow Wilson sure looked like the Pope who allowed the genocide to go on, the Holocaust. Press 1, he showed. So they brought up this individual. And I love this. I love this about my show, Sadie, because this is important. This individual here goes by the name of, I want everybody to type the name up right now. This guy is going to be our fucking mind control specialist. I believe this is the author of The Truman Show. Now, I'm going to put him up here, but I want you to do your research on this person. I feel like we was in Manchurian Candidate or something. I feel like we was in Manchurian Candidate, and these mad scientists played a game on us. A mean game, of course, but these mad scientists don't spliced up our memories by way of enchantment. Shout out to Loki. And changed our memories and flashed us like the Men in Black without us knowing. I think, this is my conspiracy night right here. I think that I may have found the flasher who initiated this. And this is important because, hit the like button. This guy looks very familiar. His name is Donald Cameron. And watching MK Ultra videos, just for starters, I said, wait a minute. He looks familiar. Let me do a little research on Mr. Donald Cameron. So I get on Wikipedia. Now check this shit out. I Google him. Right? He was Donald Edwin Cameron, December 1901 to 1967, a Scottish-born psychiatrist. He is largely known today for his central role in unethical medical experiment and development of psychological and medical torture techniques for the Central Intelligence Agency. He served as president of the American Psychiatric Association from 1952 to 1953, along with Canadian Psychiatric Association, American Psychopathical Association, and Biological Psychiatry of the World Psychiatric Association. Press 1. This nigga he died in Lake Placid, New York. And don't nobody die in Lake Placid. That was a scary movie. Press 1. His fields is mind control and psychiatry. Sounds like a mad scientist, you guys? Sound like somebody we can put it on him? Now watch this. Look like Harry Truman, right? Don't he look like Harry S. Truman? Press 1. Uh-oh. Don't he look like Harry Truman, y'all? Dude, that's why I said, did I catch the guy behind the Truman Show? Remember I did my show. It was called The Truman Show. So, I just need y'all. You know, we did Woodrow Wilson and Pope Pius. Press 1. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Press 1. KevRow. You tell me. Truman is the one that had black concentration camps, remember? I don't know, man. They got the same kind of glass. I'll be trying. I don't know, Taj. I mean, we did, what's the name, Disney as a Catholic, and he ended up being the president, something like that. But you know, so I'm doing my research, right, on this guy. And I wanted to know what type of stuff was he into. He was into convulsive therapy and experimental drugs, including poison such as curare, hallucinogens, that's acid, press 1, LSD 25, remember? And without their knowledge. Some of this work took place in the context of Project MK Ultra program. Okay? Decades after his own death, the psychic driving technique he developed continued to see extensive use in the torture of prisoners around the world. Now listen to me. Okay? Now listen to me. I said psychic driving. Press 1. What the fuck is that? So I went over here and looked up psychic driving. You know, I thought it was some sci-fi shit, you know, telepathically driving a car, you're not really there. Astral projection, you know, young Pharaoh shit, right? No, psychic driving was a psychiatric procedure in the 1950s and 60s in which patients were subjected to a continuously repeated audio message on a looped tape to alter their behavior. Make sense? What looped tape do you know? In psychic driving, patients were often exposed to hundreds of thousands of repetitions of a single statement over and over the course of their treatment. Nigga, 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 nigga. They also can concurrently administer muscular paralytic drugs to subdue them for the purpose of exposure to the looped messages. Press 1. Now here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Do you understand what that means? Looped messages. E equals MC squared, nigga. Do you understand what that is? Looped tape. Listen to me. Looped tape. Repetition, sound, beat, music. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Music, rap, gangster rap, electro, repetition of beat, white line, go up, boom. Y'all remember that? No. See, you wouldn't even understand what Ice Cube meant by this then. With his Lethal Injection album, with the poison going into the mind of the young man. This wouldn't make sense to you then. See? See? Talking about I ain't with them. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're a magician, remember? You here to put poison in our brain, punk. See? Once you understand the procedure, you say, wait a minute. So like tapes, yes. And the same eerie mushroom shit that came out of that. Boom, 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 boom. Now tell me what you gonna do when it ain't nowhere to run, when judgment come. What? How many times have we heard this? I told you, we're in the asylum. How many times have we heard this in our asylum life? Because we're patient, remember? You got to wake up to get out of here. Tell me what you see. I'll tell you what I see. So the mind control is just not, it's satanic or nothing in all of this. This is from the CIA. Mind control techniques have become a marketing scheme. They are using you as a subject, and you are creating the sound to capture the minds of unwitting subjects. LSD in the form of music. Well said. Well said. You know you can control people based off the frequency and sound frequency, sound waves, by way of music. You can split the mind by smoking some crack, some dope, and listening to music. And start entering all type of weird timelines of events, and that shit will merge in one spot. So, this is, now they want you to think woo, 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 and all of these electromagnetic sounds, but I'm telling you how the mind works, like a record player. All they got to do is put it in the backmask it. Press 1. That's all they had to do the whole time is backmask it. Your mind still is going to receive what it's supposed to receive. Whether it's to dress up, be a gangbanger, you're going to be influenced and mind controlled by Universal Music Group because they know how the mind works. They know how it projects the hologram. You see that? Hologram, the nucleus of the mind? This is the point where the flow of time, space turns an opposite pole of what? Okay? This is all a science. They got you down to a science. Okay? So they can give you subliminal messages, or they can do it forward and you can pretend like it's having no effect. Oh, it's having a major effect. You don't lost touch of reality. Time, falling back and back. You grew up in a project. You grew up in areas of what? So yes, lethal injection, Ice Cube, frozen in time, Ice Cube, frozen, froze, Ice Cube, froze, time, mind, freeze, stop, press 1, counterclockwise. That's why the East Coast people be like, gangster rap killed hip hop. Well, yes. It's just, well, it didn't kill it. It kept the door locked, per se. Keeps the mind locked and doesn't allow the person to think or anything. But it came from the same shit Africa Bambaataa. Doesn't mean that what was there before was good, because that was the introduction of electroshock and electromagnetic and electro music and techno and cocaine and LSD and the musicians that came out of that, Hendrix and all of that, that was all orchestrated. This is what they clone Tyrone was telling you about in the music down below, in the testing facility, how the music was altering a person's ability to love and hate and fight each other. That's psychic driving. Press 1. Do you see it? Remember that in that show, in that movie? Well, that's psychic driving. That's what they were doing to those two people in there being tested on. Okay? And they can alter their state of mind, their reality. That's what that shit is about. Okay? And it's a message on a loop tape. You can be listening to music in the music industry, and on the same record, backmasked is satanic thought, depression. You don't even hear it. But the mind does. You don't even pay no attention. You bobbing your head to the back, to the beat. Pac said, listen. And you ask yourself, is that real? You just bobbing your head. You know, this shit is demonic. This is demonology. This is how you split the atom. No science fiction shit. This is how you destroy Adam. Dope. And turn his love for God towards their Luciferian agenda. Make it all allegorical. They'll be serving, they become God because they created you in their own image. They made you a killer just like them, a beast just like them, a person with no conscience just like them, a person with no integrity, no moral, no sense of true human spirit or God connection to the Father at all. So what's the best way to get back at God is to what? Turn you, his children, into himself and make God it's by the rules. It's the game set by the rules. So, you know, not only is he a sinner or a demonic being, but his children who took part in the mindset of the beast is also. So you think like a Nazi. You was raised to be a white supremacist and all this, whatever. That's cool. Keep that energy. And black folk, you was raised to be a little monkey more boy who can never be a whole man by studying the things he needs to study within himself to become. There's always some we and us, and that's, look, there ain't no we and us and you's a mama's boy. Your mama run your household. Your girl run your household. She run everything. You saw the chart, which keep you in the underclass. Our people are some of the brightest people on earth. Black women making more money than everybody. Why they still on the underclass? Why? Because they head of household. It's a status thing. They don't got you to fall in love with what destroys you the most. So psychic driving is the art of music, has become the arts by way of psychic driving. When y'all look at these Hollywood stars, MK mind control and all that, okay. But the real mind control is not on them. It's on you, the consumer. So is this the Truman Show? You damn right it's the Truman Show. Is this the head of the Harry S. Truman diabolical program to split the mind and turn Adam into a Luciferian? Yep. Turn you into a dirty man or a germ man. Press 1. Right, because your seat of the soul is operated in your time and space. It's operated out of LSD and drug rehabilitation. Look what I just showed y'all, a whole project in which you come from. You don't got to believe me. This is where we come from. You ain't got to be ashamed neither to wake up from it. No other nation was done like this on earth. So don't be ashamed. They spliced your brain, wiped your brain clear. No, you was great people. You can't even remember what happened. You know why? Because your grandmama can't remember, and her mama couldn't remember because that's when this shit went down. It's the biggest transfer of wealth ever. They wiped our people out completely, turned them all into criminals, and funded a whole prison empire state with black men. And it was all orchestrated from the beginning. That's why I had to vote for Donald Trump. He brought up the 94 crime bill set forth by this individual. See? You voted for slavery. You voted for Harry S. Truman. These people at the time did our people so wrong, and I'm starting to think these was the Nazis, because you can put American flag on them, and that don't make me love them any. This look like Harry S. Truman. Press 1. Woodrow Wilson looks like Pope Pius. You can go off into Tartaria if you want to, but you can't hide from, nigga, are these Nazis? Did they turn? Yeah, Walt Disney and them. You keep thinking I'm saying Disney for a reason. No, the Epcot program is what these people made. It's created for you. Us. So yeah, Disney and all 50 multinational corporations who fund GRID. Yes. The Red Cross, all of these people. So I just want to let y'all know what we on, what we talking about as we get ready to start a new school year or a new university year right here at KevRow University. Just know where my mind is. You know, a lot of people, they send me information not knowing I'm already past shit. Just allow me to be me. Listen, remember that movie, The Manchurian Candidate? Remember that movie? That's what your ass is in. Where you really believe your ass was a slave. See, Pan-Africans and Moors, they always tell us about the white man, but they always believe his history, don't they? Boy, these people sure believe they mind control. I believe that the American nation has been under mind control since the World War II ended. How would you know? How would you know? You're not. You won't. The only way you would know is by a future generation looking back at the outcome and the effect of every amendment and every law that was passed against you to even get an idea on what the hell happened here. We can do that ourselves. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow University. I see y'all over there at Coffee and Kush, Channel 54, Bungalow, stand up. I love y'all. And of course, as always,